Yo, shout out Vice TV.
All right, let's go.
Yo, what's up, man? Oh, me and Flosso here. We about to do what is this? The Ultimate Warrior, kind of story. The little letter that he wrote to Vince McMahon. You know what I'm saying? We about to go ahead and do a little, reaction to that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Introducing Flosso. You know what I'm saying, which is the Gen Z, introducing him to, some of the stuff that, we kind of grew up with, the characters and some of our pop culture and some of the things that we was kind of into, when we was growing up, and stuff like that. So, Flosso, I know you're looking forward to, learning some of the new stuff.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, man. I'm aware of Ultimate Warrior, and a little bit of, of who he is, but I don't know the dark side of, the ring, and behind the scenes, so I'm kind of psyched to see about that.
Let's get to it, man. Like, Flosso, I don't know if you know some of you people out there, like Ultimate Warrior was that guy for like a second. I always wondered like what happened to him. I know they brought him back and everything, and it just wasn't the same. And then throughout time and stuff like that, you hear stories popping up. So, that's why I kind of decided to go ahead and do this story right here. And I didn't know he had pull like that. Like, man, that you have to go ask the Warrior, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. This is kind of go off of something that we talked about with Vince. But, let's watch the story. So tell me what you think, man.
Hey, man, it seemed like he was pulling in pulls of politics, you'll say, with wrestling and whatnot. But, yeah, that's. I kind of want to see what's going to happen. What he talking about? Jay got an interesting story, so I want to see what he gonna say. You know what I'm saying?
That was a lot back like then. That's starting to become almost average now, right? But like back then, that was a lot. You know what I'm saying? He was betting on himself. You know what I mean? Like I think there's a conversation kind of how we had Flosso. Remember you was like asking me. No, probably just behind the stage. He asked me about Vince McMahon. Do I think right or wrong, indifferent? You know what I mean? And it's almost just like I tell him about the business. And sometimes you deal with people who kind of put you in situations, so you kind of become hardened over time or whatever. And also, Warrior has this thing too. So you just never the money go. He owns everything.
Oh yeah, man. Hey, what you said right there. But man, he coming like that, you know what I'm saying? Ultimate Warrior was coming like that. Like, I know he had pull, like, I knew he had, like, the fans behind him, but I know that people was also saying, like, his wrestling ability wasn't all that, but...
I mean, come on, Warrior, like, I get it, when people be like, oh, it always feels like I'm getting the short end of the stick, and then, they try to bite off more. Sometimes I think, we don't... I was going to say measure, but I was going to say the way you come at it. Maybe it was the way he came at it. I don't think you should have held up the show, but I mean, I do understand you coming in and you wasn't the guy, but then you become the guy and then you want more of the pie, which you should get, right? Because now you're starting to earn it or whatever. Like, it's a give or take thing, man. Most people don't want to give or take when they holding all the cards or when they hold most of the cards. What you think, Flosso? What you guys think in the comment section?
Yeah, what y'all think in the comment section, man? All this right here is new to me, you know what I mean? Like I said, this remind me of backstage politics, you know what I'm saying? And him, but like you said though, KG, he earned that too at the same time.
At home.
What?
Wow. Poor Jake the Snake. Hey, real quick though, because I always wondered too, like, both of those guys were like big during my time, you know what I'm saying? Obviously it was Hogan, as I was as a child growing up and stuff like that. But you always was like, what happened to Brett? Like, you had Macho Man, you had the Honky Tonk Man, you had, did I say what happened to Brett? I was skipping ahead. What happened to Jake the Snake? It was like he was always right there. You always wanted to see Jake the Snake come out, pull out the snake. You know what I'm saying? And it just seems to me like he never got that push. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comment section, guys. Like, help us out too. You feel me? I don't remember everything.
Hey, man, this is interesting, bro. Like, it's crazy how they was getting down like that, and this was what, 91? Like, or early 90s? Man, and Jake the Snake is telling this, he's telling this story fluently.
Say that I wanted to kill that son of a...
Sometimes that's all of us. You know what I mean? At points in times, that could be all of us. You know what I'm saying? We don't always, we want what we want, and sometimes we think we're holding the cards, and, sometimes we're just not. Sometimes it's like, oh, we overlooked, you know what I'm saying? We didn't think, or, you know what I mean? It's a lot of different ways you can cut that, man. And I think we lost out on something that could have been good. I mean, I don't know. I hear a lot of negative talk about the Warrior lady. Like, it was crazy to me. I never knew those things. I always wondered, though. You know what I'm saying? Well, that plus, so let us know what you...
Hey, I think this was a good video right here by Vice TV. Shout out to them. It's quite unfortunate, man, for Ultimate Warrior in that case, and I can understand where he had a vision on what he wanted, and like you said, that's all of us, man. But hey,
R.I.P. Warrior though too, man.
Let us know what y'all think.